So, Mark, did you see that Barcode Burgers here in Las Vegas? We've actually had a meetup there before. Really great burgers. They have a burger guarantee. If after 2 bites you don't think it's the best burger in town, they'll remove it from the table and your bill. Now, I guess the caveat is, how big of a bite can you take?
Yeah, imagine how many people are going to go in there and eat all but like a little sliver of burger and be like, well, it wasn't the best burger. You guys got to take it back and get it off my bill. I would not want to be a waiter or waitress there, but I enjoyed it when we were there. The food was good. The service was good. You know, it's a great local hangout. So I'd definitely go there. I recommend it.
Yeah, I don't think people will be taking the guarantee. Although, you know, the rule is once every 30 days. So you wonder how many people have tried to take advantage of this, taking giant bites and then say, oh, take it off my bill, coming back a month later, doing it all over again. All right, Mark, you know that Las Vegas is known as the Ninth Island, and Hawaiians love to come visit here. They love specifically to go downtown to the Cow, even Main Street Station in Fremont. And Boyd Gaming has for a long time had vacation packages where they put together the flight, the hotel, all this stuff. This is a well-worn path of travelers from Hawaii to Las Vegas. And this week, the lawmakers in Hawaii tried to throw some wrenches in that, saying that it's causing problems to the Hawaiians, problem gambling, stuff like that. To start, they wanted to ban all advertising of Las Vegas casinos in Hawaii. But that Boyd, I guess, lobbied against it. A lot of people didn't like that, so they got rid of that. Now they're just going to levy a tax on vacation packages from Hawaii to Las Vegas, something that Boyd specializes in. It could be up to 30%.
Yeah, this is kind of nuts. I know I don't want to get political, but it seems like a massive overreach. Like, how are you to dictate where people can go vacation or what they want to do? And if it goes up to 30%, you know, hopefully Boyd or somebody will give them some type of spiff to offset that. But that's just crazy. And what if you're going to Vegas? Like, what if you're not even going to gamble? You want to go hiking in Red Rock, or you want to go dine, or just go to a club, or you're going to a concert, or, you know, going to the Sphere. It just doesn't make a lot of sense that you're targeting people to try to, you know, curb them. If they're addicted to gambling, they're going to go or figure out a way to gamble. Like, this isn't going to do anything except for tax people that don't need to be taxed.
Now, Hawaii is famously one of 2 states without gambling. I believe Utah and Hawaii are the only states that don't have some form of legalized gambling within their border. And I guess the argument is that they're not getting any of the revenue to be able to help out. One of the lawmakers said SB 935 would generate revenue for necessary programs while avoiding the ills of having gambling in Hawaii. Independent of whether an activity is legal or not, Hawaii has an obligation to prevent and treat addictions. Hawaii is failing to meet that obligation. So one of the other changes was that this money gets put into a special fund. So I sort of understand the meaning behind this, but it definitely is an attack on Las Vegas and on the people who like to go there. That huge tax would no doubt slow people down from coming. So you could see how Las Vegas's perspective would be to stop this. But it seems like there's some support for some sort of version of this legislation tackling this issue.
Yeah, well, you know, step in Reno. Here we go. Start putting the packages together for Hawaiian people to come visit. It just seems weird. You can't, you know, restrict it to every gambling destination in the U.S., and there's plenty of places they can go gamble. So to just single out Vegas, which I know that's where they're going, there's direct nonstop flights there, you know, all that. But, and I understand that they're having people with problems, but they're not getting any revenue from the gambling to offset it. So maybe go to Boyd or go to, you know, Vegas convention, you know, authority, visitors authority, and say, hey, is there something we can do?
All right, Mark, some good news here. Martha Stewart and Caesars announced their partnership, last year, and she opened up her new restaurant at Paris, Las Vegas, full with $90 rotisserie chickens and smashed baked potatoes by the table. High priced, but the food and the reviews have been pretty good, and the space looks beautiful over at Paris. But now they've upped their partnership, Mark, to a whole new level. In March,
casserole.
They're giving away Martha Stewart bakeware every single week if you earn 25 tier credits.
Previously sold at Kmart.
Exactly. So the first week you can get a 2-piece round bakeware dish set. On the 8th, you can get a rectangular bakeware dish set. Then the oval one, I think. There's just different versions of the bakeware set, different shapes for different weeks. I'll just put it up on screen. This is like what local casinos have done forever, These types of giveaways. It's strange to see it from Caesars.
Yeah, I was just gonna say this is something you get from like Caesar's Windsor by me, or from like Greektown in Detroit, to get locals in. So I don't know that it's gonna get anybody on a plane, and I don't think locals are going to Caesar's properties and gambling on the Strip much. So it just doesn't seem to fit all that well. And I always hated when like Caesar's like, come in and you can get a TV. Well, how in the heck do I get a TV home? Like, you give me free play or give me a gift card or something. It doesn't make any sense. Maybe they had a lot left over from local casinos and they just said, ship them to Vegas. Let's give them out here.
Yeah, one other interesting thing about that is who's going to carry this home in their luggage, being that Vegas is more of a tourist area, especially with Caesars, right? There isn't a ton of locals gambling at Caesars, although some. So I don't really know what the motivation is. I guess you'll have to bring an extra suitcase to carry your 50 pounds worth of Martha Stewart bakeware dishes.
It gets broken in the cargo hold. Maybe, get some insurance on that, just so maybe you'll come away with some money after they smash it, throwing it on the belt.
I can't wait to see where this partnership goes next. Martha Stewart and Caesars. All right, Mark. So we have an update on paid parking, and we've seen a few casinos now move to this like tiered parking where they still have free parking, but they change the spaces closest to the casino into paid spots. This has happened at Circus Circus now, the area kind of close to the Adventure Dome. The parking garages are still free, but the area out by the Adventure Dome, paid parking, now just sitting mostly empty because who wants to pay for parking at Circus Circus? You can still park in those garages. And then Strat had actually done this a while ago where they put in some premium spaces in their garage. Now it appears, according to Jacob's Life in Vegas, that they're going to be charging for parking permanently, although we don't know if locals or certain tier members will get it for free, but move in the wrong direction here.
Yeah, and it's a weird place to be doing it. There's not a ton going on out that way. I guess maybe people are parking at the Strat and walking to the Arts District, because we've talked about that in the past about parking issues. That could be a potential reason for this, but I doubt it's in numbers that would do any significant damage. So I don't know who's going to Circus and like, oh, I'm going to pay the extra $20 to park so I don't have to walk so far instead of parking in the parking garage. It just seems like a weird thing to just force more people into a more congested area instead of letting them take up all the spaces. I don't know.
And then there's the question of how the Strat is going to get away with charging for parking. Seems like they would want everybody they can get up there, but maybe they've crunched the numbers and figured out that they need that. It's just like that's not in an area where you're going to have a lot of overflow people, so people who are going to the Strat are going there. So I don't know. I think that's strange. But we saw what AMC announces for movie theaters too, right? That they're going to start charging for premium tickets. This is just, I guess, the way of the world. Even when you get something for free, getting the best version of that's probably going to start costing money, whether it's at the movies or parking spaces or anything else. Corporate America at its finest.
Yeah, we've seen it at the Vegas restaurants. If you want to be down by the window overlooking the Strip, you're going to have to pay $25 a person or $50 or whatever it is. It's, hopefully we get back from this somehow, but it just seems disingenuous with them making record numbers from gambling. It's not like they can say, well, people are coming here and they're not spending money. Like, you're making a ton of money. So they're spending the money and then you're just taking a little bit more out of their pocket, which is crazy to me, especially the Strat. Like, who's going there besides 22 to 28-year-olds that can get a cheap room? I don't understand.
I will say the Strat's casino is pretty nice since they renovated it a couple of years ago. So is Sahara. So people should check out that part of the Strip, even if they're going to be paying for parking. I wouldn't pay for parking.
Park at Resorts World and then go down there with your player's card.
So one other thing to talk about in that area, and I don't really know what we should talk about here, some pictures that we came across on Twitter of Slots of Fun. Now, we know Slots of Fun is sort of being renovated in a way. They added that slushy bar, or they renovated a bar, and that's all done. But it seems like they've taken out a lot of the machines. Perhaps that beautiful carpeting is going away, Mark. I love the carpet in there. It's very old school Las Vegas. But yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Dirty.
But it looks like it's getting some love on some level.
Yeah, I made the joke on Twitter. Slots of none is what it looks like, because it's just like vacant space with a couple machines. Like, why not take them all out, or leave sections? It's just kind of random how they have some machines in like a little circle and then nothing around it. So I've actually never been in there. It's been something that I've wanted to check out for a long time, even though I don't play slots much, but I still wanted to see it. So hopefully they are doing something cool. So when I do finally get there, I get to witness all of that. But it's strange that there's no like announcement or any type of signage of what's going on to tell people, hey, sorry, we only have like 8 machines. We'll be back soon.
Now, the last few times I've been in there, and the last time was, I don't know, 8-9 months ago to cover the construction on that bar. The machines are sparse in there, so I'm not going to say that that's not normal. But that whole area without any machines is new, I think. And, we need to know what's going on with that carpet, like I said, because it is old, but hopefully they can get a new version of that same carpet.
Maybe they'll, like when they redo rooms, they'll sell the carpet and you can go recarpet your whole house with it. There you go.
Yeah. Oh, God, Mark. Oh, God.
You could just do walkthrough videos of your house going upstairs. Yeah.
All right. We do have some news from the MGM front, starting with Aria's new high-limit room. Now, this opened a couple weeks ago. We just didn't get a chance to cover it. And Vital Vegas did a walkthrough that I think is very nice. It looks incredibly nice and a great direction for Aria. I love how they have like the individualized cubbies for the slot machines. Reminds me in some ways of Resorts World's Crockford's Casino in that way. It looks like a very comfortable place to gamble. There's also a nice lounge and bar there. They attract a lot of high rollers at Aria, and I think this place is going to be popular.
Yeah, we hit your sweet spot with carpet, so let's talk about mine with, high ceilings in the casino. And the ceilings in there are lower, but I think they did a nice job of lighting it up, and it's got like, waves going through it and curves and everything. So it kind of adds like a feature to it, and it looks really cool. So I think that they did the best with what they could out of that space. And I agree that I love that you have like almost like a unique little cubby phone booth type of setup that, you can gamble and not really see person next to you, which I'm sure is big when you're, rolling $100 a spin and stuff.
And kudos to Vital Vegas for getting through a high limit room filming without getting attacked by security. So good on him for that and for sharing that.
Now they have 2 guards in there to watch, after he posted that.
Usually cameras in high limit rooms do not mix, and they'll shut you down pretty quickly for filming in there. But some other news came out on MGM's earnings call this week, and it's not a huge amount of news. Bellagio just finished their renovation of all their main tower rooms last year. We've shown them on the channel. We've talked a lot about them, the removal of the bathtubs in the standard rooms, and a much more sort of modern, understated look compared to the old heavy Italian theming on the old rooms. And one of the towers that got left behind was the spa tower, which usually was their upgraded rooms in the past, but now they're in the older room product. But we did find out on the MGM earnings call they are going to renovate them this year. So the spa tower with its backed up drains and everything else, people see our video on it from last year. Mark stayed there. There were some plumbing issues, to say the least, but good to see that Bellagio, top to bottom, by the end of this year, should have all renovated rooms.
Yeah, instead of fixing the pipes, they're ripping out the tubs, keep the dirt out of the bottom.
Well, they got to do something to keep you happy, right? They don't want to upset you again on your next visit.
No, I still, I'll never stay there again just because of the service that we had on the property was not great at any of the restaurants or the lobby bar. And we talked about it, go check out that video. We talked about it. I'll never spend my money to stay there again. I love walking through and checking out the gardens and all that stuff, but no thanks.
The other thing to talk about with their renovated rooms, they did announce Aria was going to get a renovation last year, but we haven't heard anything about it. And they didn't mention anything apparently on the call, nor did they mention any other big news. But the Spa Tower at Bellagio getting renovated. I know a lot of people love that hotel. It's their flagship. Not my favorite hotel. Not even sure it would rank in the top 5 Vegas hotels on my list. But, it's always good to see a flagship property like that getting a new room product and that modern look. I like it. Losing the bathtub, painful for many. So we won't rehash that. Now, of course, the big news of the week, Mark, the Super Bowl happened, and I didn't hear a lot about Las Vegas. It seemed like everything kind of went off without a hitch, and the parties, you saw some emptiness at Red Rock. Somebody tweeted that Red Rock was empty, so I don't know if the locals casinos were just not popping as everybody was at home or Super Bowl parties, but it seemed like everything went pretty good. And, of course, in the fourth quarter, late in the game, popped up that advertisement for the MSG Sphere, confirming that U2 will be opening with some sort of a residency, and the crowd rejoiced.
Yeah, and this has been a rumor for a long time, so it's good to see that it's finally confirmed. It's still not getting dates, which kind of stinks, but, hopefully sometime soon. I'm guessing sometime September. we'll know for sure what the dates are for the shows. And then, you found some stuff that says secondary. They're trying to get Harry Styles for a huge amount of money. You spent all this money building it, so you might as well bring in the top headliner there is out there right now. Sorry, BTS fans, didn't mean to. Individual performer, let's put it that way.
There you go. Now, the U2 ad was very quick. It was only like 15 seconds, I think. And if you go to their website, u2xsphere.com, they have a longer version of it. Actually, a 4-minute version. It's like a movie that they made. Yeah, for this. I had to fast forward through some of it. But it's kind of cool when you get to the end. Basically, the whole show is going to be around their Octon Baby album, which I think came out in 1991. So you get the big giant baby on the screens. Kind of opened up my imagination to some of the things they might do with the Sphere. So I did enjoy seeing that. And I think we're going to see tons of marketing for this place as it gets ready to open. This is somewhere that I think people worldwide will open their eyes to because there just isn't anything else like it. And U2 is the big name. They are not touring with one of I think their original drummer they announced, so it's not the full U2 band, but a pretty big name for Vegas and for the Sphere, and another rumor confirmed.
Yeah, now we just need to get Billy Joel out there. He's got the MSG ties. I think he'd be a great addition at some point, and I'm sure they will because of the history they have together.
And everybody's going to be watching these early shows to see what's possible at the MSG Sphere. And I think that'll draw more performers in the future, right? If they can do something that's so over the top compared to what you could do in a normal theater, then you might see people kind of falling over themselves to go there. But to your point, it's going to cost a ton to get these big names there. And how much is the venue going to make? Harry Styles, U2. So we will see. MSG continues to struggle. But as I've said before, I'm excited for this place. It was cool to see it get its billing at the Super Bowl. Super Bowl coming next year here to Las Vegas. It will be open. Formula One, a big year of sports and a big year for openings in Las Vegas with Fontainebleau coming, the Sphere. A lot of fun stuff in 2023 to be excited about. And I'm excited about the show, even though I probably can't afford tickets for it. So you can get on a verified fan sale. If you want to try to get tickets, head to that website, U2X and has all the information. So you can hopefully get in or flip the tickets if you want to resell them. Don't do that because you'll make a lot of people mad.
Yeah, that's true. You probably make a lot of money, but you'll make a lot of people angry.
And that's going to do it for this week's show. Let us know what you think about anything we talked about, whether it be the parking situation, those renovations at Bellagio, of course, U2 finally confirmed for the Sphere, and, eating challenges. Do you kind of look at those and do you look at the rules and try to take advantage? Would you ever take 2 bites out of a hamburger and then say, this isn't the best hamburger? Take it back. I'm not paying for it. I'll see you in 30 days to try again. Let me know in the comments.
And then order a different hamburger. Be like, I'll take the cheeseburger now. Thanks.
Let us know in the comments. If you like the channel, don't forget to subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you receive notifications of all of our videos. We do 2 videos a week, Tuesdays and Fridays. We'll be back in just a few days with another show. Thanks so much for watching. Talk to you next time.
See you guys on Friday.